All right, guys, I'm going to give you some directions for the race car design challenge. Normally, in the engineering course for industrial arts, you guys would actually design your own air powered dragster, and then we would get to race it down the track. Just like the multi view drawings you were looking at before, we are going to focus on a top and a side view. It's how we can take a two-dimensional object, two dimensions meaning it lacks depth. We talk about that with the laser engravers. You guys could probably reference that from seventh grade. But a two-dimensional design on the top and the side view, we cut those out with our scroll saws, and then we're able to create a three-dimensional functional race car. So with that being said, you guys are going to click on Race Car Design Challenge. You're going to open your assignment with Cami. I need to switch real quick so you can see what I'm seeing. Okay, so when you guys get in here, you can see that the page is vertical and we want to flip that. So you're going to come over to the top right-hand corner under menu. You're going to rotate clockwise, and now you're looking at the page the way that we want to. So right here, what you're looking at is the top view of your car and the side view of your car. So we can get the shape that we are looking for by looking at the top view, and you can get more of a profile or the lines of your car looking at the side view. Now, a couple things you want to take notice to. Every car that's on the road is symmetrical, okay? There's that word. We talk about it sixth grade. We talk about it seventh grade. Symmetrical meaning similar on both sides. We have that dotted line going right down the middle for you. As you guys can see here, that dotted line is splitting your design in half. Whatever you do on one side of your line, you're going to want to do on the opposite side of your line, okay? Second thing you guys will notice on here is that we have a air hole right here. This is where we shoot the pneumatic air, the pressurized air into your car to propel it down the track. Your design cannot cut through those holes. If your design cuts through the holes, the air would come out of your car, therefore not allowing your car to work, okay? So you can take a look. There is also a line right here referencing your axles, okay? And there's a couple specifications, meaning certain things you can or cannot do. Front axle, locate 3/4 of an inch or more from the front of the car, okay? Back axle, locate 3/4 of an inch or more from the rear of your car. So that means you have to measure in from the tip of the car, okay? Roughly 3/4 of an inch. Guys are on the computer. I realize you're not going to necessarily be able to measure it. Just take a good guess of what you would roughly think is 3/4 of an inch. One thing you could reference would be the joint on the tip of your finger. Okay, that's about 3/4 of an inch. You could hold that up. You can place your wheels here. Now, Mr. Golf does not have a stylus like you guys do, but you guys can use your stylus and you can select and start to create this. So for instance, right here, I could draw where I want my front axle to go. Okay, same thing on the rear of my car. I can decide where I want my back axle to go. Okay, so you guys are taking a look. You have your tops and your side views. You can come up with two different views. Using your styluses, you guys can create the shapes of your cars. Okay, I'm doing this freehand with the mouse, so you'll have to bear with me. Doing the best I can. Okay, and then I would try to get a very similar shape on my opposite side. This type of car that I'm drawing now is considered a rail car because of the rails down the center of the car. One thing that we would need to be careful of when we're designing that rail car is that this rail doesn't get too thin, because as it crashes into the barrier to stop it, it could break. Now on the side view here is going to be our profile, so I like to bring mine up over that axle and drop it back down. I think it gives it a nice clean look, and I swing back up in the end. You can also bevel a little here if you would like and come down right on top of that air hole. That way we're not cutting into it. Okay, guys, so you're going to take your time. You're going to do a top view and a side view. Come up with your car, making sure you're looking at the requirements. Do the best you can. We're not measuring. If you guys have any other specific questions, please reach out, and I'll give you guys a hand. Hope everybody's doing well.